Hollywood has seen its fair share of scandals, but this one really stands out. Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, two well-respected actors in the business, are now at the center of a controversy that caught everyone off guard. First, their on-set connection while filming It Ends With Us appeared totally professional. Friendly, yes, but nothing out of the ordinary. That changed fast. Whispers started swirling about their off-screen closeness. Late-night rehearsals, private meetings that didn't seem necessary, and an unusual level of chemistry. Kind of whispers that don't just fade away. The kind that destroy reputations and marriages.
So we were always like, are we too connected? Are we too vibing? What's happening?
Just keep restraint.
Yeah, just do a little bit of restraint.
Then there's Ryan Reynolds. Not only is he Blake's husband, he's also one of Hollywood's most beloved stars. Known for his charm, sense of humor, and being a devoted father, Ryan has always managed to keep a clean and light-hearted image. But this time, things were different. When Ryan caught wind of Blake getting unusually close to Justin Baldoni, his response shocked everyone. Instead of laughing it off or ignoring the rumors, he wanted answers. Real ones. He demanded to see everything, and what he uncovered changed everything.
Late last night, Justin Baldoni's team filed an amended complaint in their lawsuit against Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, the New York Times, and in it dropped an exhibit that is basically a timeline with a lot more evidence, including text messages between Justin and Ryan. We gotta break these down.
This wasn't just another Hollywood rumor. Spiraled into a full-blown scandal, one that threatened to shake up personal relationships, careers, and even the future of one of Tinseltown's most adored couples. The excitement around It Ends With Us had been huge. Fans couldn't wait. The movie, based on Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel, was one of the most talked-about adaptations in recent years. Casting Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni as the romantic leads seemed like a perfect decision. On paper, they were a dream team. But as filming went on, something odd started happening. Something that had nothing to do with the script.
So did Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively have an affair on the set of It Ends With Us? Well, according to a woman named Gabrielle Hurst and a source that she has that worked on the set of It Ends With Us, they're revealing what went down.
Sources on set began noticing that Blake and Justin were becoming extremely close. It wasn't just about rehearsing their lines or talking through scenes. It was the way they looked at each other. The way their conversations didn't end when the cameras stopped rolling. Blake had worked with plenty of male co-stars before, but this time something felt off. People on set noticed her pulling Justin aside often. They were seen whispering, having long private talks, and sharing moments that didn't seem strictly professional. First, the crew brushed it off. Actors get close during filming all the time. But things escalated. Blake started skipping her breaks just to spend more time with Justin. She even began suggesting script changes that would deepen their romantic storyline. And then, the biggest red flag, Ryan Reynolds started showing up to set. A lot.
Blake and Justin got a little too flirty. Blake had feelings. Ryan Reynolds allegedly went psychotic.
You let this little flirt out of your sight for 1 second and she starts shopping for a new papa.
The BITCH is clearly, in my view, supposed to be Blake. You let her out of your second for 1 second. You let her out of your sight for 1 second, he says, and she goes looking for another papa.
Now, Ryan Reynolds isn't exactly someone with a lot of free time. Between acting, managing businesses, and raising a family, he's always on the go. So why was he suddenly spending hours hanging around his wife's movie set? More specifically, why was he watching her scenes with Justin so closely? Unlike most celebrity spouses, Ryan wasn't just there to check in or offer support. He parked himself in Video Village, the section of the set where directors and producers monitor filming. According to those who were there, he wasn't just observing, he was analyzing. Every look, every gesture, every line. One crew member described his presence as heavy and intense. It didn't feel like casual interest, it felt like suspicion. And to be honest, maybe he had a good reason.
They also talk about Ryan Reynolds' involvement on set and how he would kind of just sit around and watch from the screening room, which they call Video Village, which they said that a lot of crew members were weirded out by. Because like, whose husband just comes to watch his wife?
What started as a quiet rumor turned into something much bigger. A behind-the-scenes video clip seen by only a few people at first eventually made its way online, and it blew the whole thing wide open. According to insiders, the footage showed something pretty shocking. Blake Lively, while pumping breast milk in her trailer, invited Justin Baldoni in to run lines with her. That's right, during a private, very personal moment, she asked him to come inside and rehearse.
I've seen her go into a rage spiral. Oh my God. You have a bodyguard? Wow.
What a huge deal.
Yeah, man.
Once Ryan found out about the leaked video, he was furious. He's not the type to lose it over hearsay, but this was different. After seeing the footage, he wanted everything. He demanded access to all of the raw, unedited footage from the film.
When we were talking about Scarlett and it kept saying, like, you know, that he is controlling and that he doesn't let her act and he picks out what she wears and all that stuff, like, and now I like can't stop thinking about it because it's like so true.
Ryan was done playing nice. And what he did next sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. Not long after, reports say Ryan added Justin Baldoni into Deadpool and Wolverine, but not in a flattering way. Sources say it was meant to mock him.
Fingers are inside me, but not in a good way. My brain could taste your fingers, and they tasted like hate. And where in God's name is the intimacy coordinator?
It was a not-so-subtle dig at Justin's company, Wayfarer Studios. In her legal filings, Blake mentioned that the film had no intimacy coordinator, a fact that made the jokes in Deadpool and Wolverine even more pointed. A lot of fans started noticing that some of the movie's punchlines seemed to be direct jabs at "it ends with us."
And he is the exact kind of guy that's like he's funny from a deep, deep place of insecurity and like ego.
Then came the tweet. A simple, sarcastic message from Ryan that sent fans into a frenzy. "Dogpool is my intimacy coordinator." Was it a joke? A confession? A shot at Justin and Blake? No one knows for sure, but it got the internet talking fast. Just when it felt like things couldn't get any messier, Blake Lively flipped the narrative.
The iconic rooftop scene in this movie, my husband actually wrote it. Nobody knows that, but you now. But he wrote it. He works on everything I do.
Blake contradicts herself right here.
Here's where it gets even more complicated. Blake, who's always been great at handling media attention, didn't come out denying the rumors. Instead, she put the spotlight on Ryan. She suggested that he was being controlling. She even hinted that he had secrets of his own. Suddenly, the public conversation changed. It wasn't just about her and Justin anymore, it was about Ryan Reynolds. His behavior. His motives. So, what's really going on here? Is Blake Lively behind one of the biggest Hollywood scandals we've seen in years? Or is Ryan Reynolds just a husband doing whatever it takes to protect his marriage? One thing's for sure, this story isn't over yet. Share your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping updates from Hollywood Drama Exposed.